And it looks like something that we would see from, not so much from DreamWorks, but Pixar. Pixar's the one that usually is heavy on the feels.
I got Misty in the trailer, a little chickadee, a little duck imprints on. The robot ends up raising the little duckling. The director is Kristjansson.
How to Train Your Dragon. The Krug's also big. Lilo and Stitch. Disney.
You've never heard of any of these films, but you'll have to trust me, folks.
He's a runt. His chances aren't super good.
He's got to leave this island by fall.
It is more dangerous for him than anyone else.
You should not feel anything at all.
No!
The Wild Robot. This one, I don't have any animated movies on my list for this fall, and I think after rewatching the trailer for this, I think I overlooked it a little bit. This is from DreamWorks. It stars Lupita Nyong'o as a robot. It stars Pedro Pascal.
Mark Hamill is in it.
Yeah.
It's like a voice in it. Ving Rhames, Bill Nighy.
And it looks like something that we would see from, not so much from DreamWorks, but Pixar. Pixar's the one that usually is heavy on the feels. So the fact that we're getting a DreamWorks film that's heavy on the feels, I think this looks interesting. Tell me about the Wild Robot.
Okay. The gag is that this robot, the robot, there's the big crash, a whole bunch of robots get destroyed, lost, whatever, because the robot transfer rocket jet thing crashes. One of them survives on this, what seems to be like maybe not a deserted island, but certainly no human habitation, but a lot of wildlife. And the robot gets, engages with the wildlife, learns to speak to the wildlife, like a weird sort of Doolittle character, and a little chickadee, a little duckling imprints on it, and the robot ends up raising the little duckling. There seems to be some peril, some urgency about getting this duckling that was a runt and may not survive, getting it to fly, and all this other life shit. And I am all for it. I got Misty in the trailer, and I think it's going to be a hit. Definite above average. I'm not 100% sure I'll see it in the theater because it is such a family-oriented flick. Unless I can convince Jim to go, I'd look like a weirdo being alone in what's aimed for family, the children of all ages. But that doesn't mean that if I don't see it in the theater, I'll definitely see it as soon as it's available on streaming. Because I think that thing's going to be a hit.
Yeah,
the director, it's Chris Sanders,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He may have a bit of an indie darling himself. I don't know if you've heard of How to Train Your Dragon or any of those bits of indie nonsense. They were up and then they were gone.
Yeah, and
yeah. No, this
Here to
guy's
train,
like
How to Train Your
legit.
Dragon. The Krug's also big. Lilo and Stitch, Disney. So he does.
I know you've never heard of any of these films, but you'll have to trust me, folks.
Well, I've got the screen capture of his IMDb right here. So, I do find it.
So there you go. That's why it's on there. It's staying on there. I am looking forward to that coming out.
It's one that kind of slipped past me a little bit the first time I saw it because the story doesn't look too complicated. It looks like a pretty basic, straight-ahead story. Nothing wrong with that. But in amongst all the other...
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and what I missed the first time was the quality of the animation, because the animation looks... From DreamWorks... DreamWorks usually does decent animation, but it's usually not anywhere near Pixar quality. So I missed the quality the first time through, and the basicness of the story, I think, kind of washed over me a little bit. It didn't really stick. And then, after you put it on your list, I rewatched it, and thought, you know what? That actually does look better than the first time through of watching the trailer. I think there is a little bit of WALL-E here, obviously, with the robot, and I love a good emotional tugs at the heartstrings kind of thing.
What's that, Big Six? Super Big Six, whatever the hell. There's another one.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't
boy.
have to be, as long as the tone is right, as long as the acting is right, and as you said, if Mark Hamill's in it, Lupita Nyong'o's in it, if they have Oscar-nominated type actors doing the voices, then at least we know that the script was good enough to get all of their attention. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to plan to watch this in theaters, but I do definitely want to watch this when it comes. So what do you guys think of The Wild Robot? I was pretty nonplussed the first time I watched the trailer for it, and it kind of came around when I watched it the second and third time. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below this video. Are you guys excited for this DreamWorks animation film to hit the big screen? Let me know in the comments section below this video. I've been Dragon Movie Guy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.